everybody. Happy Thursday. Today is June 11th, 2020, and I have a really fun story for you. Zella, Zach, and Zodiac, and you're going to absolutely love it. All right, so before we get started, let's go ahead and make sure you have the tools that you need. I am getting my work erased from yesterday. And before we start our secret message, and before we do that and do our word problem of the day, I want to tell you what you're going to talk to your families about. So think about the 3 chapters we read yesterday, and I want you to explain to somebody in your house how Jack and Annie scared the hyenas. And I want you to share with somebody a time that you had to be brave. Because think about scaring hyenas in person. You would have to be pretty brave to do that. And then I want you to share the news. And if you could take 3 things on an African safari adventure, what would you take? And why are those things important for you to take with you? All right, so here we go. Here we go with our word problem today. 7 vulture babies are sleeping in a nest. 2 of them wake up and fly away. How many vulture babies are left in the nest? All right, so we have a nest that has 7 vulture babies. 2 of them fly away, wake up and fly away. How many are left? Make me a number bond. Make me a number sentence. Have somebody snap a picture so I can see what you were thinking. Okay, so this is what I have done. Here is my vulture nest. Okay, this is my tree branch, and this is my nest. These are my 7 vulture babies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vulture babies. That's the whole. 2 of them wake up and fly away. That's the group that's flying away. How many are left over? Count them. Write me a number bond and a number sentence. Remember that your whole is how many vulture babies we started with. Okay? And then what are our 2 parts? 2 vulture babies flew away. How many were left over? And then write me a number sentence. All right. That's because that one's a review. That's why we're not doing it all together. Okay? Now, Guinness has a message for you. And actually, Guinness is putting his head right on my lap right now. And now he is settling into his bed. All right, now let's see what Guinness's message is today and what we need to fix. Uh-oh, I see a couple things already. Oh, something we've been talking about and practicing. Oh. Okay, so this is Guinness's message today. Let me read it to you. Jack and Annie made scary faces at the hyenas. What do you notice first? That's right, Guinness forgot his dot and his thought. Right, again? So he needs a dot there to show us that he's finished with his message, right? All right, so now I'm going to circle things that need fixing. Something needs fixing in Jack. Something needs fixing in the memory bank word and. something needs fixing in Annie. And that's it for today. All right? How are we going to fix the word Jack? I see the J sound and I see the ack pattern, Jack. So it's not the way it's spelled. Think about what we talk about with your name. Good. We need to make an uppercase J for Jack. Good. Now, how are we going to fix the word and? That's a memory bank word. Remember how we spell and. A-N-D spells and. So what do we need to fix? Good. The E needs to change to an A. Excellent. A-N-D spells and. So here we go. And then here's our word Annie. And it's not the spelling. It's that rule again that I've been talking about. That uppercase A for the first letter of her name. Okay? So that is all that Guinness needs to fix today. So let's read the message again. Jack and Annie made scary faces at the hyenas. Nice job, nice job. All right, so here is my fun story, and it's kind of a long one, so that's why I went a little bit fast. Naomi, you're going to love this one because it's about a little ostrich baby. Take a look. Can you see the cover? Zella, Zach, and Zodiac by Bill Peet. It was simply rotten luck that little ostrich chick was born inside an eggshell that was just a little bit too thick. By the time he pecked his way out into broad daylight, everyone was gone. There was not a single soul in sight. I gotta turn my iPad just a little. Bear with me. There we go. Oh, his mother had been frightened by a distant lion's roar and departed with her other 2 chicks just the night before. Whatever is gonna happen to me? The chick began to wonder when all at once there came a rumble sounding just like thunder. It was the thundering hoofbeats of an enormous zebra herd that came galloping past the thousands a few yards from the bird. Help, 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 somebody, the poor chick frantically cried. Please, somebody, help me. Won't somebody give me a ride? But all the zebras ignored him and kept on galloping past until a young zebra named Zella took pity on him at last. You poor little thing, exclaimed Zella. You don't have a mother, my dear? What on earth are you going to do all by yourself out here? I'm just brand new, replied the chick. So how am I to know? I just hatched out of my egg about a half hour ago. In this hot sun, warned the zebra, you've got no chance to survive. In another hour or 2, you'll surely be roasted alive. So hop on my head, ostrich chick, and then onto my back, said Zella. We'll go find you an acacia tree. That's big, like a big umbrella. There's not only lovely shade, said Zella, as they approached the tree. You'll find a zillion bugs to eat and live happily as can be. But hold it, I smell danger, she muttered warily, sniffing the air. It's a big cat, a leopard. He's crouching on a tree limb up there. Do you see him? Then in a twitch of a whisker, before the cat could attack, Zella took off at a gallop, with the chick clinging tight to her back. Once they were safely in the clear and the zebra caught her breath, she heaved a heavy sigh and said, That cat nearly scared me to death. I don't see why, the ostrich said. He wasn't half your size. I liked his beautiful spots and his big, bright yellow eyes. Now look here, chick, snorted Zella, booming grumpy and stern. If you're all fired up fearless, then you've got a lot of lessons to learn. You won't last a minute if I dumped you on the ground. There are too many dangerous beasts prowling all around. There are lions and hyenas then, for heaven's sake, roving packs of jackals and big, creeping, crawling snakes. Those are all the things the ostrich chick needs to look out for. If I'm stuck with you, said Zella, as your foster mother, I suppose you should have a name of some kind or another. Zachary is an old zebra name. I just now picked it out. I'd better just call you plain Zach, in case I have to shout. Zach, ack pattern. Call me what you'd like, the ostrich chick replied. Zach is fine with me, just as long as you let me ride. Then Zach it is, cried Zella, and now, my fearless bird, hang on tight while I turn on the speed to catch up with the herd. The only time Zach was left on the ground was when it was time to feed. Then the young ostrich raced through the weeds, darting about at top speed, snapping up snails and lizards and things ostriches like to eat, but never straying very far from the zebra mother's feet. I've made up my mind, said Zach one day, I'm going to stay on the ground. But I feel very silly at my age to always be carried around. You can do just what you like, snorted Zella. Go out on your own if you must, but I'm afraid you'll feel even sillier when you get trampled into the dust. Uh-oh, look at how small Zach is. So we'll see you later, Zach called out as he took out at a fast trot. The foolhardy chick was going his way, whether Zella liked it or not. After that, the zebras seldom saw her adopted ostrich son. He was always racing in the herd and always on the run. And each time she caught a glimpse of Zach, it was a big surprise. It seemed to her that every few days he had almost doubled in size. Look at how big he's getting. Her little chick was getting big and growing by leaps and bounds. He was growing taller and taller and had put on 200 pounds. Guinness wants to read too. Look at the ostrich now. Look at Zach. And when Zach was nearly 9 feet tall and all his growing was through, he towered above the heads of the herd with a lofty bird's-eyed view. And he often trotted right past Zella without even saying hello, but she supposed he couldn't see her, since she was so far down below. Or is it possible, she wondered, that Zach can't even remember the horribly hot and miserable few days ago in September, when he was pitifully helpless. He was a pitifully helpless chick, crying out in despair, left all alone in the world without a mother to care. Late one afternoon, as the herd stopped in the valley to graze. Ooh, somebody's waking up. Guinness.